Welcome, everyone, to the Meaningful Hearts podcast, where we discuss the everyday questions that make us or break us if we let them. I am your host, Drew. Take my hand and let's walk this journey together. Welcome, everyone, back to another episode of the Meaningful Hearts podcast. Today, I want to talk about taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. What does that mean to me? What does that mean to you? What does that mean in general? What is taking care of yourself? Is it grooming yourself? Is it getting your nails done? Getting your hair did? What is it? Is it going to the gym? Is it eating good? Is it putting positive affirmations into your mind? What is it? Well, it's a lot of those things. It's some of those things. It might be everything that you do, in essence, is either going to affect you in different ways. And some of those things might be self-care, and some of those things actually might be self-sabotage. Now, I don't know what everyone does in their lives. We have very different lives, all of us. That's the beauty of being a person, an individual, is that we have these abilities to do so much. And certain things for some people do more than they do for others, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm thinking about it myself. And the reason why I'm thinking about this particular topic is I'm a little injured right now. I pulled a muscle in my back. Sucks because it offsets my workout routine, which many of you know I've spoke about in the past. I do like to work out, and I feel like I'm out of the race. I can't run right now. And as much as I want to push and pull forward with my progress, I have to stop for maybe a week. And that really sucks. It really does. I hate killing my momentum, especially when everything's going good. But you don't want to be a penny shy and a pound foolish. You don't want to keep pushing forward and then put yourself in a predicament where you can't work out for a very long time or injure yourself permanently. So I'm taking care of myself in this regard, where working out does help and takes care of me, but also having the mindset to go the distance and know when to step out for a moment and say, you know what? I have to take care of myself. And I have to prepare myself for the years to come. Now, what preventative measures is everyone else taking? Are we doing the same things for ourselves? Are we going to the doctor and getting checkups and making sure our health is on point? Because many of us have different habits. Some of us are smokers. Some of us are, have high cholesterol, eat a lot of junk. Some of us don't exercise at all. I mean, there's numbers of things. Some of us have a family history of certain chronic illnesses, and it's always good to know what your status is on your health. A lot of us are sexually active. We have multiple partners. Not judging. I'm just saying that we do take risks in our lives, and part of self-care is being able to address any situation that we have, whether it's scary or not. You know, checking your health is scary. I had to get a test done for an endoscopy. You know, I have reflux issues. And the results revealed some things that were a little scary to me. Not a huge cause for concern according to the doctor, but it's scary. It put a lot into perspective for me that, hey, listen, there are things that can happen in life no matter who you are. And I just want everyone to know that you need to be aware of these things. There's preventative measures that you can take. But if you just bury your head in the sand and not do anything about any of this stuff, well, things can come crashing down hard on you, and you could put yourself in a worse predicament. And then there's nothing you can do because you've gone too far without treating it. My father was not a good guy with health. I mean, he had a heart attack. I mean, he's dead now, but he had a heart attack. He had diabetes. He never took care of any of those things, and which brought on worse things for him. He neglected to know the fact that he had cholesterol issues and other problems. He neglected to think about diabetes, and he would just eat whatever he wanted, drank whatever he wanted, did whatever he wanted, and even smoked cigarettes. With a family history of a lot of problems. What happened in the end? It all came crashing down on him. And then as he got older and he tried to take some measures towards bettering himself, it wasn't enough because the diseases deteriorated his body too much. It sucks. It really does. So I don't want to be somber and sad about this, but these are the facts of life. This is the reality of life. Life doesn't care where you are in your career. Life doesn't care where you are in your family and how young you are. Shit happens. And it's scary. I know it's very scary. I hate thinking about it. I wake up and it makes me sad. But this is the reality of what we're facing in this world. And our choices really do affect us. Everything that we do. The people we let in our lives, the food we put in our stomachs, the activities that we do on the course of a day, things we put in our brains for knowledge, and the things that we entertain. All these things affect us in different ways. Our emotional states, our physical states, all these things. So what I want to talk about is maybe some ways that we can better ourselves in that, right? Well, for one, I would highly recommend, if you haven't gotten a physical in a while, go get a physical. Get your blood work drawn. Know if there's any underlying diseases or ailments that you have. Check your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your triglycerides, all these different terms that doctors will tell you about, and they'll give you a full listing of things. Get these things checked out. If you have a family of heart disease, you want to know where you're at. Know that maybe you may know that either you're on the right track or you need to adjust some things in your life. And listen, I get it. You can have treats. You can have burgers. You can have this. You can have that. You have whatever you like. But just moderation. But at least know where you're at. And if you're off track, get yourself back on track while you're younger. As you get older, your body does not respond as well. Build a good foundation, and you will get yourself in a better situation. And you could share this knowledge with your kids. If you have kids, you can share this knowledge with your partner. And maybe they're not in a good place. And that will also make them feel a little more, I guess, comfortable with getting tested themselves and getting checked out to make sure they're okay. And they could be your support system as well. Friends and family. Tell your friends and family. You have to. Don't think about going to the doctor as an old person's thing. It's a young person's thing as well. To know where you're at. A lot of older people neglected their younger selves. And then the result of it is, I'm old now, and now I have problems. But they think it's just an old person's problem. No, it's a young person's problem that went untreated for so long. We have too much knowledge of health and longevity to be naive and neglect it. It's out there. You see it all the time. You have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Snapchat, YouTube, you name it. There is plenty of information. There's debates about health all the time. I'm not saying go down a crazy rabbit hole and get crazy. I'm not trying to make you guys all scared, but you have to be aware that there are great things out there. It's no secret that eating a cleaner diet is better for your digestive system. It's no secret. Sugar's not good for you. It's not. Eating a very fatty, enriched diet with processed foods is not good for you. High sodium, it's debatable, right? But there are technicalities for some of these things, right? There are some people that are on a keto diet, so high fat intake. But certain fats, eating bacon all the time is really not going to help you. You want to have a clean ingestion of fats. See, there's variables there. Yes, you could do a dirty version of keto. You could do a dirty version of a low carb diet. But in the end of the day, that's not going to help you in the long run. You want to create healthy habits that are sustainable long term. But bury your head in some of that information, a little bit of it. Go to a nutritionist. If you have these things available, if you're blessed enough to have health benefits, if you're blessed enough to have the abilities to go get these things checked out, go while you can. I know the pandemic really hit everyone hard, and we're sitting here like, oh my God, I'm worried about getting sick from COVID. Now there's another strain that could possibly attack us, and I don't know if I'm going to get vaccinated or not. And I understand that stuff's going on in your head, but you still need a good baseline. Make sure you're healthy, because God forbid you do get sick, you'll have the ability, a good chance to overcome that. But if you're not in good shape, or if you are diabetic, yes, your mortality rate goes up. And these are all precursors because before COVID, that says you need to be in a better state of health. That's my health rant. And I always talk about putting better content in your minds, listening to better things, reading books, looking at podcasts that have great information. Mine. There's so many other ones. Lewis Howes is a great one. The School of Greatness. Dan Miller. There's so many. But all I'm just trying to say is you can have some of the junk. Everybody likes junk. You're allowed to reward yourself with stuff. Nobody's perfect. I just bought a whole bunch of chips yesterday at the grocery store with my kale. It's not all for me. I buy it for the family. But I'm just saying that you need to really tackle this head on. This really came about because, like I said, it started with my endoscopy, the camera down my throat to see about my reflux issues. And here I am with a whole unrelated issue with my back. I pulled a muscle. I'm like, you know what? I need to talk to the people about taking care of themselves. Because yesterday I really wanted to push forward and keep going. And I tried. I put the weight down, and then I was like, all right, let me stretch real quick. Let me grab the weight. As soon as I just grabbed it, I felt that strain in my back again. I'm like, wow, this is not going away. And this is a setback. And I was really like, oh man, I'm halfway through this workout. I'm going to keep going somehow. Maybe I could do a different part of the workout and I'll be okay. No good. And I was like, you know what, Andrew, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. I know you want to finish, but you need to stop now. Because if you don't, you're inviting more stuff to happen to you that's not going to be good for the long run. So luckily enough, I have a chiropractor down the road from me, which I've been seeing here and there for therapeutic reasons, for, structuring my back to get it back in order. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go. I'm going to go and see where we're at. So I went there. He said, hey, listen, it's a few days, maybe to a week. Do these stretches. See me one more time this week, and you should be fine. Wasn't anything major, but I could have went the extra mile on my workout, worked through the pain, and blew my back out or did some other crazy thing. And it's not worth it. Really isn't. But I went to the doctor, and I know in the future there's other things I'm going to have to do to mention to the doctor, or I have to go to the doctor for this or that, but you have to face it. You have to just take care of yourself. Eat good. Try to get as much sleep as possible. That's important too. I know a lot of us don't sleep. I'm like I said, I preach these things, but at the same time, I battle with them also. I want to sleep. I struggle with sleeping. I have a lot of things on my mind, so I lay there for a while, and my rest isn't as good as other times, but I'm trying, and as should you. I would like to know if there's anything that's other things that I haven't mentioned that may be helpful to the community, or other people that are maybe having some issues or whatever. Reach out to me on the Meaningful Hearts Podcast Instagram, as well as at gmail.com. I love you all. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you soon.